Hello everybody. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well, and I mean regardless of all the things that have been going on, and that you're all having an incredible day. Likes, comments, and subscriptions are always very much appreciated as they do help with the channel's algorithm. You guys know what time it is, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. There's as always, a lot going on, but the last 2 weeks have been a little bit ridiculous. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says XRP is up by 16%, as Ripple versus the SEC settlement rumors may have taken root. So at the moment, right now, XRP is kind of the only coin that's really up. A number of other coins are up by 0.5%, they're down by 0.5%, maybe up by 1.2% depending on the actual hour. The rumors floating around are that allegedly the Ripple versus SEC XRP lawsuit is going to be resolved relatively soon. I think it says it's somewhere around here. It says while the reasons for the double-digit price surge are unclear, no, it's actually explicitly clear. It's the idea that they might be done with the lawsuit. It is worth noting that a rumor of settlement in the Securities and Exchange Commission case around Ripple made the rounds yesterday. Hard Money show host Natalie Brunell claimed on Fox Business on Monday that the SEC and Ripple were planning to settle today. Like now. However, Fox Business journalist Eleanor Terrett, who conferred with a Ripple spokesperson, debunked the story as false as reported by the Crypto Basic. For those of you who remember, this was around September. There's so many of these people floating around on YouTube, and this always grain of salt. If you can grain of salt it, grain of salt it. A lot of cryptocurrency lawyers, YouTube channels who began to pop up over the last couple of months. And one of the more popular ones, you might remember this was the rumor that was going around that apparently they had received news or information or a letter or an email or something indicating that between the 15th of September to the 15th of November, today, that apparently the settlement between Ripple and the SEC was going to happen somewhere within that time frame. This is why it's today, and this is why everyone got extremely hyped, and this is why XRP's price rose by, I think, like 19% was the highest number. I think it's currently around 13%. I think, wait. Yep, that's basically all the price news. I wish I was joking. You know how like normally we have like tons and tons of price news and where this is going, what's happening there, and how this upgrade is causing this to happen, and this coin's price is moving because of this thing that happened. Nope, that was it. All the rest of the news is far more dramatic. The news price-wise mainly focused around XRP and Ripple because of the rumors of the actual end of the lawsuit. No one apparently knows when this is going to end, but expect fireworks when it actually does happen. So we're going to be working, as always, kind of backwards and then moving forwards to where we currently are, simply because so many things have been taking place. I guess you could kind of tie this into price news, but it's not really. It says Bitcoin surging after Elon Musk says Bitcoin will make it, but it might be a long winter. You're really gonna have to forgive me in this video if at any point I sound cynical or curse or just say something completely insane, because I've known for a while that the cryptocurrency space was out there. I've been here long enough that I can really grasp exactly how nonsensical all of this actually is. There's a brand new Money Rules video coming in like a couple of hours. I'll be explaining in great detail exactly what's happening in the cryptocurrency space. So have a watch because it's a little unhinged. Anyway, so after the events that we've been having, it's been over a week now, a week and some change, if you can believe it. It feels like eons because the cryptocurrency space likes to make drama more dramatic. After all of that is still taking place, Elon Musk went on to Twitter and at some point announced Bitcoin might make it. It might be a long crypto winter, but don't worry, Bitcoin is still Bitcoin. You know that Bitcoin's price pumped like 9% on that news, right? And you know why I have a problem with that? It's not because he's musky. It's not, well, actually also kind of is, but it's the reason that we collapsed as an industry last week because of a tweet that Changpeng Zhao igniting the entire cryptocurrency space, letting us basically know how much corruption and fraud and nonsense were actually happening within the space. Many coins fell by 30 to 40%. Things began to collapse on this terrifyingly, awful, horrible, can't believe it, oh my gosh, the crypto industry has never been taken advantage of before news. Elon Musk tweets about 18 letters and the market begins to rise back up again. Why did it take this man tweeting for us to rise? Could we not have risen? Like, think about that logically. What's the difference between 11 in the morning and 11:01 in the morning of this man tweeting? Why didn't we have faith in ourselves? Why do we always need rich people to prop us up or to tell us when our market can move or that Bitcoin's going to be okay? Was anyone surprised that Bitcoin was now going to be okay because Elon Musk said so? Right. So this was one of the most popular news stories, is that Elon Musk came from the heavens. He spread his wings and was like, I am here to save the day. And look at that. The price actually ended up going up. Stupidity, just actual, clean stupidity. Like you can't buy that kind of stupidity on the street. Also in heavenly figure saving everyone from doom, I'm not really sure. Changpeng Zhao announced on Monday that he is forming an industry recovery fund as the FTX crisis tanks the cryptocurrency market. Fantastic. Binance's recovery fund will help long-running successful projects affected by the liquidity crisis. Crypto platforms can contact Binance Labs to check their qualification for the Market Recovery Fund. Does anyone remember about 4 weeks ago when like 80% of people in crypto didn't like Changpeng Zhao? I said for a while that it was unfounded. Let's make that abundantly clear. But on my suspicions that I personally have that a lot of this may have been orchestrated in some sort of way behind the scenes as a power grab, I find it really weird, and I've actually slimmed down a portion of the news to only show you the most popular portions of it. A lot of the news now is basically like Changpeng Zhao is the hero of crypto. He's the one to save the day. And I don't doubt that he could have been, but doesn't something seem a little bit weird, or is it just me that we keep having, this is the fifth time this year that we're having a major crisis like this. Something seems a little bit off, at least to me. Furthermore, Binance's CEO also requested other firms to co-invest in the recovery fund and help recover the market. The crypto prices have crashed and institutional investors have lost confidence and trust after one of the largest crypto exchanges, FTX, has also officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So the most popular news story of the day is that Binance is announcing a new fund, and they apparently have so much money that if other companies in the space aren't doing well, they can simply go to Binance and say, hey, bro, I'm broke. And then Binance goes, here's money. Justin Sun has also made sure to capitalize on the news as well because it's what he does, and he's been doing it for years. Basically saying that Tron, Huobi Global, and Poloniex will be right behind or to the side of or in front of, it doesn't really matter, Binance, and how they're going to help them out so much as they possibly can. But for those of you who don't know Justin Sun or what he's been doing the last couple of years, this is all he does. When something bad happens, he pops up and says, I'm going to take care of it. Don't forget the news that we had last week that after the entire FTX crisis and Binance was like, nope, we're not going to help you because you've been doing some fraudulent stuff. Justin Sun was also like, oh no, now we're going to help. And he popped up. For some reason, Justin Sun and Tron have an affinity for collecting and buying projects and coins and companies that are failing. And I don't know why they do it, but It seems to be their thing. So a lot of people are now believing that this is going to be the act of recovery for the cryptocurrency market, that we simply needed enough money, enough liquidity to be put in, that should there be any other company or something within crypto that's going to fail or looks like they're a bit wobbly, they simply go to Binance and Binance is going to give them money. Binance is the only real company who's announcing this thus far. I'm assuming, I give it the end of next week. We're probably going to hear Coinbase announce something like this as well, because Coinbase also wants to take advantage of the spotlight and of the news and announce something like this as well. I would not be shocked if Ripple announces it. Ripple announced last week that a lot of the people who lost their jobs from FTX, they were thinking about hiring them. Ripple also usually takes a good amount of effort from themselves to make sure that they also are seen as a hero within the space. I don't think Kraken would do it. Kraken is usually like a very silent thing on the side, and I highly doubt if Gemini would even waste their breath talking about trying to save other people or other things within the cryptocurrency space. Is this also it right here? Yep. Binance forming a crypto industry recovery fund to reduce further cascading negative effects of FTX. I find it very weird how dramatic everyone is acting for this one thing. There's a lot, don't worry, there's a lot more dramatical news that we're also going to be getting into. But I find it really weird that this one event is seen as this, oh my gosh, how are we going to recover from this? I wrote that on Twitter. Everyone's sitting in a corner crying, talking about this is the worst thing that could have ever happened to crypto. Why is this happening to us? This is so crazy. Crypto is such a great... Nothing really changed over the last week and a half. We found out that someone lied to us, as we've been lied to thousands of times in this space. I thought people were kind of used to it. Everyone keeps getting lied to, and it seems so normal for the industry now. But for some reason, this one thing, this one exchange not having liquidity, imagine if we did not hear about FTX. Imagine if for the next 2.5 years, FTX continued to exist, and we knew nothing about their insolvency problems because they were pretty good at hiding it. Now imagine at some point in the year 2027, there's a documentary that comes out and says, in 2022, we were actually having a lot of problems, but luckily we found a way to make extra money, and we didn't collapse as a company. Should we then also collapse because of the news that we heard? Nothing has really changed in the industry. There's a couple of large institutional players who announced on CNBC that they're not happy with what's going on, but they expect the market to recover. Bitcoin is still Bitcoin. The amount of coins that we knew were being produced are still being created from the machine. Ethereum's issuance rate has continued to drop. We know that it is now deflationary. XRP's lawsuit continues to go on. Why is everyone acting like this is the first time that this has ever happened, or that this is the worst thing that we've ever dealt with? The amount of people on Twitter, and I mean this in the nicest way, go outside and get air. And I've said that multiple times this year. It's not a joke. It helps out so much. I know so many people who are so obsessed with the space. They're on their phones all day. They're on their computer all day just looking for the next piece of news. The amount of retweets for the terrible things that are happening. Every single bad piece of news, everyone's retweeting it. Tens of thousands of retweets. And now people are talking about there's going to be an FTX documentary and a movie and a book coming out. It's everyone just looking for constant pieces of attention to go, oh my gosh, I was also affected by FTX. You too? Dude, I can't believe it. It's the worst thing. What's wrong with everyone? Why are you all doing this? Why are you all collapsing over this piece of news? Heaven forbid that something had actually happened to Bitcoin. Imagine if Bitcoin had actually... I think the market would have reacted even less powerfully if Bitcoin had actually had a 51% attack. Or if we heard that there was some Bitcoin protocol that had been compromised. And we actually were on the cusp of losing Bitcoin. People would... I don't know what it is. I don't know why everyone is so shocked. It's the weirdest thing in the entire world. So Binance is swooping in to save the industry. A lot of people are very excited. Once again, they think that this is going to be the literal catalyst to bring the market back up. Binance has so much money that they're going to be able to save all of us once again, because we clearly need saving from everything that's going on. Also, in very popular news, Changpeng Zhao, the founder and CEO of Binance, who's also from heaven apparently, revealed on Monday that co-founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, is on the cusp, that means 7 years away, of developing a proof of reserves protocol in which Binance would serve as its first test case. Changpeng Zhao said in an Ask Me Anything held on Twitter on Monday. He stated that he recently spoke with Buterin, who is currently planning on developing some type of new proof of reserve protocol. Zhao also assured customers that Binance did not have loans or debt, stating that the exchange relied solely on third-party money makers for liquidity, which is also, if you know about, if the liquidity leaves, your exchange is also kind of fudged, but that's also, no one's going to be talking about that. Everyone's just going to be talking about FTX for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So, we heard last week that FTX had no proof of reserves and no one knew exactly how much money they had, and they completely imploded and everyone collapsed and fell onto the ground and has been in, mourning period for a very long amount of time. Towards the end of last week, we heard from Changpeng Zhao and a number of other people, I think it was Coinbase and Kraken, that they're developing something to show proof of reserves. Basically, the idea being FTX didn't have any money and they couldn't prove it because they didn't have it. So now we're hearing that the exchanges sometime this week, that was the news last week, would be showing how much money they actually have on their platforms, in their hot wallets, and also in their cold wallets, basically showing we have enough money for everyone who has deposited money on this exchange. I don't know why this is now a 2022 thing. This should have been the main thing that we had before. Cryptocurrency exchanges have screamed from the top of the hills that they were all about transparency, and everyone knowing what's going on in the cryptocurrency space. We should have known from the get-go exactly how much money they had in their exchanges. The idea being, not your coins, not your crypto, not your keys, not your money, whatever the phrase is that people keep on throwing out there, is that everyone always wonders if exchanges actually have enough crypto. If everyone does a crypto bank run and takes their money off of Binance, does Binance have enough money to provide liquidity? Are all the coins actually there? And even these people, these mainstayers, these larger people in crypto, they announce stuff like that all the time. You look through the tweets. They always have not your keys, not your crypto. So now we're going to see if all the crypto exchanges actually have it. Once again, why this took FTX collapsing, I'm not really sure. This is why I keep thinking something is an inside job. Something doesn't feel right. Something is very, very odd. Because why weren't people talking about that before? Every single time. Like, remember a lot of times we would get news, if you've been here for a year or two, we would get news that there was a whale alert, i.e., there was a wallet somewhere along the way that had moved 38,000 Bitcoin, and everyone goes, where's it going? What's happening? And everyone would panic because people were like, oh my gosh, someone's going to sell off that Bitcoin. Completely forgetting the fact that if someone owns 38,000 Bitcoin, that's theirs. If they choose to sell that 38,000 Bitcoin, that's theirs. Imagine yes, listening to this right now. Imagine you got into crypto a couple of years ago, the prices began to skyrocket, and you made $38 million from your coins. Random number, but it sounds nice. You made $38 million, and you moved your coins from one wallet to another or to a cryptocurrency exchange, and you sold. Should you not sell? Is that money not your money? Should you not have access to do what, that's the point of crypto. People keep forgetting about that. All the whale alerts, there were so many today. Someone moved a huge amount of XRP and they were like, will they dump it on the market? Who cares if they do? It's their money. What's the point of other people pointing a finger and constantly going, you can't sell your money, but I can? So everyone else has to follow rules that you no longer have to follow, or that never apply to you in any sort of way. Do you think that Changpeng Zhao has never sold Bitcoin or Binance coin? You think this man became a billionaire just simply on a screen? You think he hasn't cashed out of any of that money? There was an article yesterday that was floating around on Twitter. It showed that Sam Bankman-Fried, he owned I think a $40 million home in the Bahamas and is now on sale. I assume because he needs the money to start paying people back. People were like, can you believe this a-hole? He had a $40 million. What did you think he was going to do with the billions of dollars that he made? No, guys, I haven't sold anything. You know, I'm totally crypto. I don't even buy food. I refuse to sell any of my cryptocurrencies. What do you think people do when they make $900 million? Why don't people think a step further? The cryptocurrency space is completely losing its mind recently. There's no, and I love the word logic, but there's none. There's none here. I don't understand what's going on. One person says one thing, everyone points a finger, and that's the only thing that is logical or that makes sense or is the actual answer. You know, the point of crypto is for you to be able to use your own money when you want and cash out when you want or buy whatever you need. If you made $500 million, yes, if you lifted your head up to look at the screen, yes, I'm talking to you. I gave you $500 million in Bitcoin. Are you keeping that $500 million forever? I heard someone just say the words F no. Right. It's so... Anyway, that's the Changpeng Cao and Vitalik Buterin are now holding hands, skipping down the street because they're going to show everyone how much money is actually on the exchange's news. This should have happened in 2018. All right. Let's move on. Also, okay, here we go, everybody. Put your tinfoil hats on because it's about to get real. While Sam Bankman-Fried could likely face prosecutions or action over usage of customer funds, it appears that the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, is allegedly closely linked to the top executive at Alameda Research, Alameda being the company that was next to FTX. This comes after the fallout of Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto empire involving crypto exchange FTX and Alameda Research. Earlier, reports suggested that prosecutors could look into transfer of customer funds between the two entities. Meanwhile, the FTX token is up. Who cares? I don't care how much it's up in price. Amid all the chaos that erupted in the crypto market over the last 2 weeks, there allegedly is a close connection between FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, and SEC chair Gary Gensler. I saw a map of this on, and I don't even know if I want to say shout out to you guy who made that. Like, it looked like so much effort. Everyone's so obsessed with this. I don't know what it is. A lot of people are talking about that this is the equivalent of our Lehman Brothers. Do you know how old Lehman Brothers was? You know how big Lehman Brothers actually was as a bank, as an institution? FTX was around for a year and a half. I think everybody wants something really dramatic to happen. I think everybody wants to be able to say to their friends, oh my gosh, dude, I was totally in the market at that time. Everyone's looking for drama that's not really, just wait till the next stories. Everyone's looking for some kind of drama that isn't actually there, and they're almost like obsessing over it. The news is that someone found out that Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, apparently is friends with the father or cousin or something like that of Sam Bankman-Fried, who ran another company who was attached to Sam Bankman-Fried, obviously, and Alameda. So the speculation right now is that the SEC or Gary Gensler has something to do with the collapse and is therefore plotting the demise of crypto to be able to give it more regulations. No one knows if this is true, by the way. Not one single person. Not one single person. Once again, not one single person, but everyone's talking about it. Every single person is talking about how this is so clear. Dude, I said it last week as well. Until we get actual like proof, no one knows. I mean, this is exactly why I said tinfoil hat, because it seems like it would make sense. We can see that there are actually links between all of them. And I mean, can we be completely honest with all of ourselves? We all know that Gary Gensler is special. We've been dealing with this guy for like the last 2-something and a half years. Ethics, corruption, all these words have been thrown around in crypto surrounding Gary Gensler because just simply of the lack of Bitcoin ETF. But sure, would I be surprised? No, like less than 0%. Do we have proof of this? That they all behind the scenes actually sat together in a dark castle like Mr. Burns and they were planning on the collapse? No, we have no proof. Sure. Why not? This is also very popular. Everyone's talking about. Oh my gosh, it definitely seems like. Also in the news. So there was. Oh, this is one of the best ones. There was I think it just came out today. A New York Times piece on Sam Bankman-Fried. Why this man keeps going on to these publications and all these other places to talk to these people while he's in the midst of HE double hockey sticks, I can't really realize for the life of me. But the issue is that the New York Times piece on him was not harsh enough for people in crypto. I'll explain. It says it's somewhere around here. So people are upset. I think it's also on this one. Maybe it's a bit prettier. People are upset because on the New York Times' article about Sam Bankman-Fried, not one time did they say the word fraud, Enron. I'm not sure how Enron makes it in there at all. If you can explain to me why the word Enron should have been inside of that article, I would be greatly appreciative. Fraud, Enron, crime, illiquid, stolen, hidden, criminal, and backdoor were not in the article at all. If you've ever used a thesaurus, anyone out there, you can replace one word with another one. You don't have to use the word fraud. You can use the word blah, blah, blah. I don't have a thesaurus here. If you used a thesaurus before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the article did say he's getting sleep, referring to the fact that at the end or portion of the article, he's talking about through all of this, I thought that I wouldn't be able to get any sleep, but I'm actually getting some sleep regardless of how stressed that I actually am. And people were upset with the article that it mentioned that he's getting sleep. If you have the opportunity to pick up your keys and go outside and get fresh air and walk to a park, take a train, a bus, a plane to a park, I think it's necessary at this point. The anger I saw online at the fact that this article did not mention these words. There's another way to say stolen and illiquid. They don't have to have the word crime in the article and even more so, it's people who also, this was the best part for me. It was people who don't even read the New York Times because B, they don't align with it politically. You are annoyed that something that you don't like and you don't read and you don't align with politically didn't give you the news story that you wanted? Were you expecting the thing that you hate to justify and validate your feelings and actions on this case? There have been so many other people who aren't even into crypto who've been talking about this event, this entire FTX thing, about the cryptocurrency space, and people keep listening to them. These people are not into crypto. They're not in our space. They don't speak for us. We speak for ourselves. We are the people who are into crypto. We hold the coins. Why was everyone obsessing with the fact that the New York Times article did not give them what they wanted? Who cares? I don't care. Do you think I looked at the article and was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the worst day of my life. Sam Bankman-Fried. No, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Like the other guy from the other gold guy. What's his name? Goldman. Peter Gold something. The guy who keeps talking about that Bitcoin's going to go to zero and gold's going to go to $1 million. Who's been wrong for the last 12 years. Why do you keep giving these people attention? So, also in very popular news, people are fuming. I mean, no, don't. I was going to tell you to go to Twitter. Don't do it to yourself. Twitter right now, the word toxic sludge doesn't even... You ever played Pokemon and you saw the Pokemon Grimer, and then Muck, and you're like, oh my gosh, he has to smell terrible. And there were even Pokemon episodes where Ash got next to it and he's like, whoa, you smell horrendous. Imagine walking on that. That's kind of what crypto Twitter is right now. I think everyone's looking for more of a reason to be upset. at something that we all could have moved on from. I get it. I understand that people lost money. Believe me, I was robbed before as well. We went over that. I was robbed of my NFTs. You know, it's a terrible thing. I understand it. There have been so many other robberies, fraud, scams, rug pulls that have all taken place this year. This year, not last year, not the year before, just this year. It's terrible. The thing that we need to do is move away from these idiots. Stop trusting the con people, the con men, the con women. You keep rolling around in fire and wonder why you're getting burned. Over and over and over. If you don't read the New York Times, why would you care what do you think the New York Times is supposed to give you the article that you're looking for to let everyone else in the world know? No, it's if you look through the article, it's clear that he's not, I would say allegedly, I don't know this man, allegedly not a good guy. Something bad happened. He is responsible for it. We got that far. The space is so out of control right now. It's quite bad. Bad is the word that I'm going to be throwing out there. On top of that as well, the amount of companies who continue to come forward saying, "Hey, we no, we were not messing with them," continues to rise. The website Crypto and their CEO has dismissed any speculation of financial trouble and says that their FTX exposure was and is minimal. Apparently, I think they had $1 billion worth of exposure to FTX, and they were able to recover $990 million. I think it says it somewhere around here. Where are the numbers? Yep, we recovered $990 million from FTX, and apparently their exposure was just $10 million, down from a possible $1 billion. So this will happen for the next couple of days. Everyone's making sure that everyone else knows that they have no financial, we are not tied to FTX in any sort of way. We got it. We get it. Cool. No one is a part of FTX. No one has any money there. Cool. That's, you don't got to keep popping up every single day talking about how great your company is. And this isn't just this website. I mean, every single one. Everyone did it. Coinbase did it. Kraken did it. Binance did it. But you kind of get the general idea. Also in the news, apparently there are now 11 amicus briefs that have been filed with Judge Torres, who is the judge from the Ripple versus SEC case. There are now 9 companies or 9 other entities who are going to be supporting Ripple, and 2 who are going to be supporting the SEC. I would love to know what 2 companies they were. Like, imagine actively dancing with the devil. You know that he's a terrible person, and you're still like, I think I'm going to support you in your court case. It's abundantly clear the SEC has no actual case. Please just stop this entire thing. They're also, the SEC also, I think we spoke about that last week. They're trying to get an extension on the actual lawsuit. I don't know the exact term for it, but it's please stop. Please stop everything that you're doing, because it's abundantly, you guys would have won already if you had any type of actual information over the course of the last 2 years as to why this coin is supposed to be a security. So anyway, that's they have now more amicuses on their side. It's multiple companies are standing behind the company Ripple. I think a lot of it has to do with attention. The same, a lot of things in the cryptocurrency space normally have to do with attention. Everybody wants it. Everyone, thrives on the idea that something bad is happening. I need to, make a display of it. So hopefully they win this soon, because, I think it would be nice for everyone. And also in the news, I mean, heaven forbid. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Vitalik Buterin sold 3,000 Ether during the FTX Alameda drama. Will it ignite another, I'm pretty sure I can't say that word, a terrible downtrend in price for Ether? So, you know how I said everyone really dramatizes every single thing in the cryptocurrency space? We know what wallet Vitalik Buterin has. Why do we know that? Because at some point it became public a couple of years ago. And a lot of people keep sending him coins. Usually if there's a brand new coin that comes out and they want attention, They actually airdrop a huge amount of coins to Vitalik Buterin. He usually ends up selling these coins or actually sends them to a burn address, to an ERC20 burn address, because he doesn't want them. The news is, once again, this is his money. The idea from so many people, if you look at the stock or traditional financial world, a lot of people who own companies, who are companies, whatever is happening, they have a lot of money. Cool, got it. All on the same page, that's wonderful. At some point, they sell their stock. They might have something to do. They might be trying to pay off Twitter. It happens. It happens all the time. And they usually file something before because they're a registered company. Hey, bro, I'm going to be selling 100 million of my shares just because I got to buy something. Cool. You let shareholders know. Everything moves forward. That's how traditional finance works. In the cryptocurrency space, the ethos, the idea is it's your money. You can do what you want. Remember, not your keys, not your crypto, but if you got the keys, it is your crypto. You can do whatever you want. People found out that during the last week, Vitalik Buterin sold off coins that he owns that were his. Imagine if you sold off your crypto and someone wrote an article about how you were a terrible person or how you were going to crash the price of the market. Yeah, sounds kind of stupid, right? So people found out that he sold 3 million Ether. You want to know the crazy part? And I'll tell it to you right here. It says that he dumped $4 million worth of Ether on the 12th of November during the FTX hack. Oh, also FTX was actually hacked. Who cares? The news is people are reporting, is Vitalik Buterin evil? Why would he be selling off his coins? If you, oh my gosh, okay, I'm going to use my words very, very, very kindly here. If you have a significant portion of a coin and you sell off a significant portion of that coin, you can actually lower the coin's price. I.e., let's say your coin has a market cap of 1 billion. 1 billion is a very round, easy number to deal with. And you at some point sell off, let's say, 300 million, so nearly a third of the amount of that coin's market cap. You are going to move the price. That's how numbers work. That's why you have to have a liquid market so that things can liquidly move through it. You do not want a illiquid market because you can crash the price very easily. If your coin has a daily trading volume of 30, 40, 50 billion dollars and your market cap is several billion dollars, that's with a B, and you sell off $4 million worth of your coin, the price isn't going to move. You know what will cause the price to move? You writing articles and telling other people that they should be terrified because Vitalik Buterin sold off his coins. If Vitalik Buterin had sold off $948 million worth of Ether, I would go, okay, here's the exit. He sold 4 million. And to even make sure to write that it happened during the hack, when was he supposed to sell his money? Is he supposed to just wait for the next 2 weeks until all of this is over? It's $4 million. Elon Musk sold hundreds of millions just the last week to try and pay for Twitter when he sold, I think it was Tesla stocks. Get it together. Everyone, like the entire cryptocurrency space. If by the end of this week, we can no longer talk about FTX, I would be so freaking happy. I don't know what it is about this one event that everyone is so excitedly devastated about. I'm not sure why everyone is focusing so heavily on this event or how terrible it is. And people will be doing this for weeks. That's the worst part of it. I see other people on Twitter starting to talk about other things, but these larger accounts won't let people stop. Any type of bad or sad news, even if it's fake, they're retweeting it very quick because they want the energy and they want the views and they want all this stuff to continue. So anyway, Yeah, Vitalik Buterin sold off some of his money, and people are upset because, it happened during the FTX thing. How freaking dare him? He should have waited weeks. Why didn't he know any better? What's wrong with you, Vitalik, spending your own money? Can you imagine? People in this space are crazy, like desperately looking for any kind of news to keep everyone else miserable. Vitalik Buterin sold off some of the coins that he owned for the coin that he created because he needed to buy something else. That's the Vitalik Buterin news. Let's move on. As always, a gigantimous thank you to my Patreon supporters, Martin Steuer, Bodie McBoatface, Sam Ratter, welcome to the club, Dartha Diddy, Manny Cryptos, Crypto Gambino, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad, and let's move on, Empire Queen, Roman Gaba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave, The Dealer's Den, Captain Something in the Z, Way, Lay, Moby Razi, VB Nerd 21, Lauren De Silva, Quoted, Biddy, Troy, All Good, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Pat Ternoster, Navarro Williams, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Adam Graysick. There we go. Wise Night Owl. I scrolled a bit too far. 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Setsuna, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Yester Crypto, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigara Macho Nisa, and On Crypto with Lionel. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who left a like, a comment, or has, wow, the prices are down, who has subscribed. Thank you all very, very much for your continued. I have a lot of buying to do. I'm looking at the prices and I have so much buying to do. This is so people are forgetting that we had, do you remember like 9 days ago how great and happy all the news was? We should easily be at a $25,000 Bitcoin just based on the news alone. These numbers are fantastic. I have so much to buy. Holy guacamole. At the moment, Bitcoin is at 16,840. Ethereum is at 1,262. XRP is up by 9.62 percentile points. It is at 38 cents. ADA is up by 1%. Matic is up by 0. Remember all the Matic news? Has everyone forgotten the Matic news? The JP Morgan and Disney and Instagram and Facebook news. Everyone forgot about that? Okay, making sure. OKB is up by 3%. Chainlink is up by 2%. Lumens is up by 3%. Once again, Lumens always follows XRP. It has nothing better to do. Chronos is up by 7%. Quantum is up by 16, 17 rounded up %. There was no quantum news at all. VeChain General, I guess not VeChain Thor, is up by 2%. Flow is up by 2%. Something called Chain is up by 3% as well. Yeah. I sincerely do hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that by tomorrow this news has completely disappeared. I know that it won't, but it's wishful thinking because everyone needs to stop being obsessed with this news and the fact that the Fed is nearly to the end of raising interest rates. The stock market will begin pumping in the next couple of months. So, got that to look forward to. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, commenting, subscribing. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.